Hey guys, what's up? So, Tactical Games 2020, Burnet, Texas, Reveille Peak Ranch, I think that's how you say it. That was fun. That was really fun. That was really hard. We did some things we didn't do in North Carolina last year. I'm glad we didn't do some of the things we didn't do last year, but then the things that we did instead were pretty difficult. So, battle one, day one, let's get into this battle and see what we did. Okay, so basically I'm going to give the fast run out layout, and I will put up the picture somewhere of what the board really looked like, and you can read through there if you really want to, whatever. But basically, you started out with a 50-pound bag of sand, or I don't know, whatever the weights were, but a 50-pound ruck, okay, with all your gear and everything, except for your rifle, which was taken apart and put on a table. You took it apart and kind of put it on a table. On the timer, or on the go, we ran to the board, whatever you want to call those things, VTAC board or whatever it's called. I don't know. I think it has a name. I'm not cool enough to know that. And you can see we did some pistol shooting from there. Slide lock, whatever, put the gun away, and then we ran and we cut out some of the boring stuff. There were 3 berms and probably about 100 yards one way and 100 yards the other way. Maybe a little bit more than 100 yards. I'm not sure. But about 200, 250 yards of running with 2 big old or 3 big berms in between. And you had to hit the berms on the way there, and then you turned around, and then you just ran back, okay? And then when you came back, I think that's when we did some more pistol stuff. I believe then we ran again, came back, put the rifle together, did rifle work, ran out again, and then ran back, and then we were done, okay? I get it confused a little bit. Look at the board, read it, see what we got, and then watch the video, and let's do it. So basically with these videos, what I'm trying to do for y'all, honestly, is give you a look at what these games entail, right? So that you don't just sign up for these things and have absolutely no idea what's going on. That's not really, I mean, that's what I did going into it, but I kind of did, but I looked at other people who did these games and saw what it was all about. And it's not really cheating in my mind, showing y'all what this stuff is, because it changes every single time. Every single time, well, I've only done it twice, but each time I've done it, there hasn't been a same battle, right? I heard the aggregate was standard across the board in every single event, right? Or every single game, but we didn't have the aggregate, right? We had different things. So yeah, they switch it up, which is awesome, which is cool, because it means that if you train a certain way one way, you're probably going to have to train different for the next one, which is what I learned. So, here we go. Day one, battle one. Let's see what we got.
5, 3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, you guys were...
All right.
Who are you? They be calling us back.
Okay, so on these things, you can kind of see what's going on. Is you're basically supposed to be hitting the swinger. You're not supposed to hit the gray target. That's the hostage, right? You're supposed to be shooting the bad guy, sticking his head out behind the hostage. There are penalties in most of these if you hit the hostage, because they had hostage kind of targets in a lot of the games, or a lot of the battles. And if you hit the hostage, that's like 30 seconds. So I was very, very careful and tried to make sure for sure I never hit the hostage. I don't think I ever did. I think in another battle I had to for a certain situation, which you'll see later whenever we get to that battle, whenever it is. But yeah, if you hit that hostage, that is a major, major issue. As you see here, we kind of let you see kind of a little bit. We had to run over these little berms, which those things really were not fun. They looked, all this looks relatively easy, and I look like I'm an old man who's trying to hold in, you know, number 2 or whatever. Dude, I did not do a bunch of running like I did last time for these games, and I should have, because there's some times where I really needed to do that. And that 50-pound bag, thankfully we were able to adjust it a little bit, and which helped, so it wasn't like swinging around a lot. But man, I'll tell you what, that thing was heavy. But yeah, again, here's the swingers. We had to shoot from specific spots, and if you didn't shoot from those specific spots, that would be called an FFI, a failure to follow instructions, which is a big deal if you go to these games. Because dang, if you break one of those, I think it's a 2-minute penalty, which is huge. So pay very, very close attention to the instructions. You know, what stance you got to use, what hand you got to use, you know. I think you just saw right there, one of the judges and they told me, you got like 1 warning if your foot came outside that box. Yeah, you got 1 warning. If I let my foot slide outside that box again, and then that'd be like 2 minutes added on, which would kill your score. Totally kill your score. Apparently, on this one, my buddy, he didn't judge this battle, but he helped judge on one of the other battles. He was a volunteer. He said that they toyed around with the idea of having the elites do this blindfold. Holy cow, that would have been pretty tough. I could totally see them doing that if they gave us like a tray to put all our stuff in so that we don't drop the stuff on the ground. That would be pretty rough. But that's the kind of stuff right there that you got to be watching for, because they are going to throw stuff like that at you that you're not going to expect. As a competitor, you're coming into this thinking it's all about shooting or it's all about physical stuff. It's like, no, they're gonna test your mental abilities, your cognizant abilities with your firearms. Are you capable of doing this stuff? I mean, it's for real stuff. It's very for real stuff. So you got to be ready for it.
I vetted this. My red popper got stuck. What we're allowing is you to hit the gray to get it to unstick it. And the question came up, well, what if it takes more than one?
I have
They're counted as hits. They're not counted against you. I can't do that. What they're doing is they're watching if you hit the gray, they're counting that. And if you don't hit anything, that's a basically, and that's what people are doing.
On this portion with the rifle work, this is an area for me personally that I really need to work on. All right, I found a little trick that worked last time, but the angles were a little bit off on this particular board. It wasn't working. As you can see, most of my rifle shots were misses, ashamedly. Like, I should be able to hit that. I don't know if that's 25 yards or whatever it is. It is not far. It is a small target, right? But it's not very far away, and most of my shots are just close, really close, but they just weren't cutting it. Yeah, it was a pain in the butt, and so that's an area for me personally that I'm going to have to work on, is canting your rifle, shooting from those weird angles, which I knew I had to do, because we had to do that kind of stuff last time, and it threw me off. So train on those kind of things. Get ready for it.
I'll put the front one, laser.
Alright, last little bit hard. Alright guys, there you go. That was day one, battle one. It was very good. The main things that I know I need to work on are, it caught up with me later on in the games, but my core leg strength, right? Those quads. I need to work on that. I do a lot of biking, right? Or stationary biking just for calories and stuff like that, because I've been trying to cut a little bit of weight. All right, well, I've cut my weight. I think I'm fine. I'm sitting at about where I want to be at, but I need to add some muscle mass, right? I need to actually get some strength, a little bit more strength. I realize now I'm not quite as strong as I was about 10 years ago, which is weird because I feel like 10 years ago I should be about 12, but I'm a little bit older than that. It's trying to catch up with me. Still pretty young, but anyway. Tangent there, but yeah, working on that endurance and running up those hills. That really killed me. Running up those hills 3 times, right, and then trying to run back 100 yards with 50 pounds on your back. It sounds so easy, but you do that 3-4 times, and then you got to shoot and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, it adds up, and it just builds up and builds up. And if you're not training for that, then when you come to these games and you'll see the guys that do it, it drains you. You like literally feel your energy just get sucked out. So. And it's good, excuse me. It's good. It's good stuff. It's very good. It's very challenging, and that's why I like these games. During the games, you hate your life. Really, you kind of do. After the games, you feel a great feeling of accomplishment. So anyway, day one, battle one done. It's great. Work on your quads, work on your strength, work on your rifle skills, right? Particularly angled shots and weird angles and things. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that. Y'all be good to be safe. We'll catch you on the next video. Here's a little riddle for you. I don't know if it's really a riddle, but why do you think Marines are going to be the least susceptible folks to this virus thing floating around in the air? Put your answers down below. I personally think because the name itself should give it away. It's the Crayola virus. Crayola? Get it? Crayola? Anyway, bad joke. Dad joke. All right, y'all take care.